COPWATCH, policing the police every single day.
Our exclusive interview with the man who paints a very scary picture of this guy, Joseph Pappas, the prime suspect in the killing of a Houston cardiologist. He says Pappas was bullied as a kid, and he believes the doctor was on a hit list of people Pappas wanted to kill. That man also told us he has known Pappas for years, but is so afraid of him, he asked that we not show his face and disguise his voice. He talked with our Matt Doherty, who's live in the suspect's neighborhood this afternoon. Matt?
Lynn, what the man told me today is truly frightening. He does not believe Joe Pappas is finished.
You know, hanging out together over burgers and tacos, telling stories. And he mentioned being called the Greek shrimp in high school, and that, you know, karma's a real bitch, and one day, you know, the people that bullied him in high school would meet a day of reckoning.
Too afraid to reveal his identity, this former friend of murder suspect Joseph Pappas wants to warn others who may have known him.
I personally do not think that the doctor is the only person that he is going to target. I think he was number one on the list, and Joe is extremely intelligent. He's patient. He's unassuming. He's good at surveillance. He's a deadly shooter. And so, you know, knowing that I'm not on his list is a good thing. I mean, he made the comment as a joke. Like I said, at the time I thought it was a joke. Hey, don't worry, you're not on my list. Now looking back on that, it makes me queasy thinking that, oh wait, maybe this guy has a list.
The man sharing this story says Pappas is an expert marksman and skilled at using a variety of firearms. He was a regular competitor in local shooting competitions. Tomorrow, it will be 2 weeks since police say he shot and killed cardiologist Dr. Mark Hausknecht while riding a bicycle, twice in the chest, once in the head.
If there's a bully that he had in high school, I would tell that person to take an unplanned vacation to Alaska, tell everybody you're going to Florida and hop a plane to, you know, someplace very cold. I have no idea what he's thinking because I never saw this coming from Joe.
Now, the man I spoke with says that he never physically saw a hit list. We asked police about this, whether or not they believe one exists. They say they cannot comment on tips or the investigation at this time. We'll have more of that interview coming up tonight at 6, but for now, we're live in Westbury. Standing for Houston, Matt Doherty, KHU 11 News.
Cop who was bullied in school made hit list, started killing his former bullies, says friend. A former friend of an alleged murderer in Texas says the former cop has comprised a list of people who bullied him in high school and is taking them out. By Matt Agarist, August 3, 2018. Houston, Texas. An alleged serial killer is on the loose in Texas and, according to a former friend, he is taking out the people who bullied him in high school. Joseph Pappas, a former cop in the area, has already struck, and his first victim was a cardiologist named Dr. Mark Hausknecht. According to Houston Police Chief Art Acevedo, Pappas is considered armed and extremely dangerous. This man is dangerous. This man's capable. This man has some skills, Acevedo said at a news conference this week. He's very dangerous, and we need to get him into custody. According to police, Pappas began selling off items on Craigslist just before the killings in an apparent attempt to raise funds for what his former friend is calling a killing spree. The former deputy for Harris County Precinct 2 and Precinct 7 took to Craigslist to sell 2 bulletproof vests, a $4,500 rifle, a pistol, a bulletproof panel for a Crown Victoria, and furniture. The former friend of Pappas, who spoke to WFAA on the condition of anonymity, said the killer is an expert marksman who competed in shooting competition and has a stash of firearms. It was also confirmed that Pappas owned a business in which he taught people to shoot. Co-11 Investigates also found a business registration records under Pappas' name for a company called Pappas Academy of Concealed Handgun Instruction. According to the former friend, Pappas was bullied in high school and has comprised a hit list of all the people he claims bullied him. He says the doctor was number 1 on that list. I personally do not think the doctor is the only person that he is going to target, the friend told Co11 on the condition of anonymity. I think Dr. Mark Hausnicht was number 1 on the list. And Joe is extremely intelligent. He's patient, he's unassuming, he's a deadly shooter. When we were hanging out together, over burgers and tacos, telling stories, and he mentioned being called the Greek shrimp in high school and karma's a real bitch, and one day the people who bullied him in high school would meet a day of reckoning, the former friend said. Pappas made the comment, at the time I thought it was a joke, hey, don't worry you're not on my list. Now looking back on it, it makes me queasy to think, oh wait, maybe this guy has a list. According to police, Pappas' first victim was shot once in the head and twice in the torso as he was riding his bicycle to work last month in the Texas Medical Center. Police say Pappas, who was also on a bike, rode past the doctor, then turned around and opened fire. The former friend said Pappas is now hunting his next victim or victims. If there's a bully he had in high school I would tell that person to take an unplanned vacation to Alaska, the friend said. According to state records, Pappas held his law enforcement position for 30 years. As Co reports, his service history lists him serving as a deputy constable with Harris County Precinct 2 from 1983 to 1986 and at Precinct 7 from 1986 to 1995. His service continued from 1995 to 1997 as a reserve officer for Precinct 7 and from 1997 to July 2013 as a reserve officer for Precinct 2. Police use who may want to retaliate against him physically.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I just wanted you to know that I am using this stuff under fair use. And also remember to like and subscribe this channel. Also too, keep in mind I do not make any money on YouTube. This is 5 hours work a day, you know, fighting for freedom. And you can donate with PayPal and Patreon. I just want you to think about this. If everybody gives to PayPal and Patreon, Patreon is every month. Actually, PayPal you can do every month. I have 12,000 subscribers. If everybody gives, I can quit my regular job and go full-time investigations on Charlotte County and possibly even more and beyond. So just keep that in mind. If everybody helps out, I can go full-time doing this. Thanks.